Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., all rights reserved.
Welcome back. It's 12 after the hour. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for being with me. I'm Jim Blasingame, and you're listening to the Small Business Advocate Show, and I'm glad you're here. I'm glad Barbara Burke's here, too, ladies and gentlemen, because she's a very smart person, and which is one of the qualifications for being a member of our brain trust. No chopped liver on the Small Business Advocate Show, only the best for my audience. And Barbara certainly fits that category. She's an internationally known consultant and speaker on the topic of the people side of customer service. How about that? As if humanity mattered. She's the author of The Napkin, the Melon, and the Monkey. I love that title. It's a great book, too. She's our good friend. Barbara Burke, welcome back to the show.
Well, thanks. It's great to be here again. I feel so honored to be part of the Brain Trust.
Well, we're honored to have you here. You know, I've learned that term, as if humanity mattered, from a book that a friend of mine introduced me to. This is a 30-year-old book by Schumacher, E.F. Schumacher. And the title of the book is Small is Beautiful, as if humanity mattered. Economics as if humanity mattered. And when I've been thinking about that term a lot lately, and you know, I think that it would do all of us. It would do the marketplace. It would do all businesses well. It would do all of us well if we started thinking about managing our companies inside and out as if humanity mattered. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's so true. I just did a presentation yesterday, and that's exactly the topic we had in mind, which was when you are working with an organization, it's so easy to get enamored by the numbers and really lose sight of why we're in business in the first place. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I like to talk about is that, for instance, in customer service, which is my field, is that, you know, customer service is when the bottom line is that it's people helping people. Mm-hmm. That's why we are in business. So let's not forget that. Mm-hmm. And if our employees are directed to help customers, then as leaders, we really need to do all we can to focus on making the workplace a better place for our people. And I think that really starts with core values. And when, you know, the topic today is about gossip, and really what we're talking about is treating people with respect. Mm-hmm. And when you have an environment that is toxic, i.e. where there's a rampant gossip and malicious speech, there's disrespect among employees and also for customers, then you're really creating an environment where people are really going to have a difficult time producing. And
I made a statement, Barbara, in the earlier segment when I told the audience you were coming and I introduced the topic. I said that customers have an antenna that when they walk into business, when they connect with a business, they have an ability to feel what you just described among the people working in the business. They have an antenna, and it doesn't make them want to come back, does it?
No. And it is all about the relationship, and that's why people come back. If you have a choice between two companies, you're going to come back to the one where you were treated with respect and you felt valued. But there's so much to that, Jim, about coming into a organization and feeling a vibe. And it's not something that you're really conscious of. And a good example of that is the company Zappos. You've probably heard of them. They sell shoes over the phone.
I've heard about
and
them.
The web.
Did they sell men's shoes? It's all women, right? It's all ladies' shoes.
They sell everything. They sell shoes.
I never hear men talking about Zappos, though, Barbara.
Actually, they're online at midnight.
Right.
Ordering shoes from Zappos. But I had a chance to visit them, and they're gigantic, of course, but they have this culture that's amazing. And, you know, I work a lot with call centers, and I can tell by when I walk into a call center if it's a happy place. But this place is so, the vibe, it's palpable how much fun these people are having. And the environment is really upbeat.
And here's
so you're
the thing,
absolutely right.
Here's the thing, Barbara. That's not hard to do. In fact, it's harder to have it's more difficult to have a toxic environment than it is to have a positive environment. Why do people make it so hard, Barbara?
Well, because it's a bigger issue than just the gossip and toxic talk and bad-mouthing customers. It's really a cultural thing. And I think leaders don't realize the impact that they have in terms of creating a positive work culture. And really that just boils down to treating people with respect. I like to just talk about it in terms of the golden rule. Mm-hmm. Treat others as you would like to be treated. And if we can live by that as leaders and make that a core value, then it really solves a lot of problems.
As you look out across the marketplace, as you work with people, as you call on people, as you talk to folks, I've been fighting this customer care thing for 14 years now, where I just keep saying that the customer service, the way people are being treated, is not great these days, and I've been saying that now for a long time. Why is it that businesses? It's preposterous to me, Barbara, that a business wouldn't revere customers, even the ones who are complaining. I can't even imagine. My customers know that if I could, I'd carry them around on a pillow. Mm-hmm. That's how we feel about customers around here. What do you think?
Well, I think that there's a value in customers, and I think that as a small business owner, you value customers obviously for a whole lot of reasons. But it's the employee on the front line that really needs to express that value. And if that employee on the front line doesn't get that sense of feeling valued by their mm-hmm. leader, by their boss, then that's not going to translate into great service for a customer.
Or if there's some kind of dissension or, as you say, toxic environment behind them. But so how do we fix that? I mean, it's got to be fixed by the leadership, right?
Yeah, I think I have actually several steps that they can take.
Give us one good one right now before we take.
One is to have a conversation and to bring it up and to let people know that you've noticed this issue, that there's been too much gossip, and that you would really like to have a conversation about what it does to the organization. And the leader will be surprised at the reaction that they get from their employees.
But it might not just be gossip. It might just be bad-mouthing or some kind of negative comments. It may not sound exactly like gossip, though, right?
No. But, I think a great place to start is just talking about, how we refer to customers between each other.
Right. Let's talk about that when we come back. Folks, if you've got any kind of a situation going on among your employees that's not productive, where there's some dissension, your customers are getting that. I wouldn't want that. I don't think you do either. You got to fix it. We're going to get Barbara to help us with this some more after these messages. 20 after. Stay with us.
Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., intended for the private use of our audience. Except as otherwise provided by copyright law, all other copying, redistribution, or publication without prior written consent is prohibited. All rights reserved.